Well, we got to get back to work and get ready for a tough football game this Friday night. Great opportunity to play a really good football team. Ton of talent, a lot of history, great coaching. It'll be a tough matchup for us that we got to prepare well and go out there and try to find a way to execute better and for all 60 minutes and find a way to win. So it's a very important game. Why? Because it's the next game. But it'll be a tough matchup. But we're going to have to play well and do a really good job. So we're excited to get back to work and to move forward and to try to win this next game.
Clemson's defense was obviously built preseason. They've done some good things, a lot of NFL caliber talent. What stands out to you the most when you look at that side of the ball?
Exactly that. They look the part. They're big, they're fast, they're athletic, talented. Early on, I think they just had a couple busts in what they were doing. I'm sure it's probably just some communication issues. Looks like they've cleaned most of that up for now, and they're all on the same page, and they're a really good football team.
Jeff, when you look at a film, you look at a win, you always say you learn even things when you look at a win. When you look at a loss like you had the other night, does it obviously probably makes you even more upset than you were, but what do you learn from that? How do you as a coach kind of take what you saw on film and learn from it and try to teach the guys on what not to do, some of the things?
Well, we can learn a lot from it without question. We spent all day yesterday doing that and dissecting that, going through that in detail, and just some small things here and there that I know we could have done better in all aspects. I could have coached better. We could have been a little more focused on the details of what we're doing, and those little things cost us. Unfortunately, you lose a game, it's no fun, and you got to regroup, man up, and go back to work and figure out a way to win the next one.
Jeff, after the game, you talked a lot about lack of toughness. After 9 games, how do you change that? What approach do you take to change that criticism?
Well, I'm sure I probably exaggerated somewhat because I was angry about the loss. I think we have a tough football team. Like I said, could we have been a little more focused on some details? Yes. Sometimes when that focus isn't there, we look at ourselves as coaches and say, okay, we got to simplify this and make it easier so that we don't lose focus. So I think it was just small details as we go back and watched that we could have been better at. In my opinion, in order to win in this league, you got to bring your A game. You got to coach well. You got to play well. You got to find a way to win. We've lost 2 games in overtime, we're just got to correct some of those things as we see them and proceed forward and try to be aggressive in our approach moving forward.
When you say small details, is it just mental lapses? Is it technical type things? What were the small details that you noticed that you want to get corrected?
Well, I'd have to get out a notebook here and go through all of them. Like I said, I think sometimes we had some mental bust that cost us. Sometimes I think with that we can simplify some calls maybe to help them not have some mental bust that cost us. I think we had some costly penalties that hurt some drives. You go back and okay, how can we get more points? How can we move the ball? How can we eliminate these penalties? How can we cover better? How can we get after the quarterback better? How can we it's just a lot of things. I mean, every game contains a ton of plays, and we've dissected it fully, and I think we understand what we could have done better at and what we need to try to improve on, and now we got to go do that. But every week is a different opponent. They're going to do different things. It's going to be a different game. So at any time, all these things can come up, and you just got to be as sharp as you can and be able to adjust when those things are happening.
How did Duke feel after the game, kind of coming back from injury, and then what's the status on Stan Fawn and Isaac?
Well, I think we always have a few people that get nicked up in the game, and the same thing happened in the last one. As far as Isaac, we will still just proceed forward and try to get him ready as fast as we can. I'm not optimistic it'll be this week for sure, but we'll see how that goes. And with Stan Kwan, he has been progressing. We're going to continue to try to get him ready for this game.
Because when you're facing a team like Clemson, who has talent at just about every position, but they're not having the season they want to, they still can make a ball. How dangerous can they be, when they're coming in kind of hungry and still upset about how their season's going?
Well, we don't look at their record. We look at the film and their talent, and they're a very talented team, and they know how to play football. And I think sometimes when you're punched in the gut early on, you refocus and regroup. You can tell they've done that. They have very talented players. NFL prospects at a ton of positions. They've won at a high level in the past, and I know there's a lot of season left to play. So they could easily finish this thing strong and be right back where they want to, and I'm sure that's their plan, and that wouldn't shock me because they're a very talented football team, and those guys have been there and done that. So we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to, really execute at a high level and be ready to go from play one to the very end.
Jim, what do you think of Duke Watson, and is he back to 100% or not?
Well, I thought he got in there and did a good job. I wouldn't say 100%, but he came back and he got some reps. So that's good. Hopefully he'll be even more ready to go this week.
After the game, you were talking about facing a really good throwing quarterback and how he was able to work against you guys. And watching the film, are there things that you notice that you can improve as you continue to progress and get ready to face some more good, solid passing quarterbacks?
Without question, that there are, and we are. These last 4 games, including the last one, will be the 4 best quarterbacks we play. And when you do that, you've got to be really sharp. You have to have a good plan. I thought up until the past game, we had really improved on a lot of things, and we got a little exposed on some of that. But I think that our guys understand what we could have done better in some of those areas. We'll work hard to do the best job we can this week. This team will work hard. They play hard. They do play tough. They play to the end. We've had 2 overtime losses that we could have won. We just got to find a way to get over that hump. And there's plenty more challenges ahead, including this one and more beyond. So we will have to really be dialed in. This is a quarterback with a ton of experience. He's got good weapons, good offensive line. So yes, we will have to be as sharp as we possibly can in the secondary and covering the pass.
Jeff, you talked about details several times. What details do you work with Miller this week? And again, a lot of batted balls the other night, which we really hadn't seen a whole lot of, this year.
Well, there's a lot of things that happen in the passing game. I think obviously you work on keeping your eyes up the field, going through the progression. We've got to be able to firm up the protection a little bit and keep the pass rush away. When there's batted balls, it's not just because they're being batted. There's some push in the backfield on that. I think we always work on ways to get him easy completions and get him in a rhythm and get him feeling good. We've got to work on getting open versus press and tight coverage. We've got to be able to throw the ball over their head more. All those things come into play. And when that happens, you just got to take care of the football as best you can. And, playing quarterback at a high level is not easy. You've got to just continue to work hard and put in the work. And we'll take some things that we saw in video and work them hard this week as much as we can. Miller works extremely hard, and I know he'll put in the work to continue to improve and get better. And we've got to continue to improve and get better as an offense and put the best plan together for those guys so that they can excel at it. And if that means changing some things up here and there, we've got to be ready to do that and be aggressive in our approach.
Jeff, you guys had obviously some success last year facing Clemson with Burrow's first win, especially in Death Valley. There's a lot of turnover, but still some of the same pieces. Is there anything, and if so, what are some of those things you can take from that winning strategy last year and kind of implement on this team?
Well, I'd rather not give away all that, but last year we were able to do some things effectively on them. We changed some things up early that I thought got us in a rhythm. Our defense played really good. We blocked multiple kicks. The ball bounced our way, to be quite honest with you, and we made some plays along there to do that, and got out to the lead, which was important. So I just think, it'll be a challenge again, and that's the key is going out there and being ready to go from play one to the end, and you try to get a lead, but if you don't, you got to just continue to swing and battle and play hard, and we have played hard. We've had our chances. We've just got to finish things in the end when the game is close.
Jeff, you mentioned a second ago, needing to maybe switch up some things with the passing games if need be. Is there a world in which if Miller Moss has another game like he had against Cal, that you can maybe see yourself giving Brady Allen or Deuce Adams a chance?
Well, we believe in Miller, and we believe in all of our quarterbacks. We'll always have a plan ready for all of them at some point in different aspects, which we've done before. At the same time, we just got to continue to work through these things and be as effective as we can. And without question, there's always a plan to help us win, so we'll have that ready to go.
Anything else? All right, good.
Thank you.